Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. Oh my god, 16% left on the watch battery. It's been a busy day for recording, and I've noticed that when the camera controller on the watch is active, it does use a lot of battery. Wasn't recording for this YouTube channel, but the new YouTube channel that I've been working on called How You Been, which is all about driving this gantry truck and swinging skip bins. Yeah, so look that up. youtube.com/@ how you been, bin. Oh, I thought the trail was here, but it's not, is it? This is just like a random corner, overgrown patch, I guess. Is it a trail or not? What's this place? I think the trail's over there actually. Oh, I've left the lights on the truck just as well. We look back this way, gazing longingly at my amazing truck. I mean, I tell you what, it's got heaps of dents and stuff. A lot of the damage is done long before I started driving it, that's for sure. But I like it. Quigley's been a road dog with me for years, for all his life actually. And we did a lot of travelling around the country driving for another company, delivery company. And I made a huge effort on this YouTube channel not to really ever point the camera at the truck or say look, here's my work truck. I just wanted to keep that private secret. But now that I've made a whole YouTube channel about this new job, like I wasn't going to make a YouTube channel about my previous job, but this job is so cool. Swinging those skip bins, it's so cool and good fun. You'd have to come and watch on that channel to find out how that all goes. Yeah, I had to make a YouTube channel out of it. And so now, in reality, it's no big secret what Quigley and I are up to these days. Hey, Quigs. Good boy, Quigley. Hi to my. Oh, what a good day. Do you want some more water, Quigley? You want a water drink? You're licking the grass for some reason. It is sort of all wet grass. Oh, there's one way to get me to shut up and stop talking, and that's get me climbing a hill. And I tend to just not want to because it's so much more laborious. Forgot to put a collar on Quigley. That's really unusual. Technically he doesn't really need a collar. It's just for style points when he's wearing the harness. Come on, Quigley. I want to walk up this hill so we can walk back down it. Come on, bud. Here. This way. Not many bird sounds, but I did hear a pee waka waka before. Tempted to take that other trail, but nah, it looks like hard work. Wow. I mean, what I'm noticing is that tree full of bright yellow flowers in behind there. I'm sort of wishing for a good viewing angle. Maybe over here. That's about the best I can do. So bright and yellow. And it's a huge tree of it. Well, that sign says what it says. Jugs. I find that amusing. I mean, when I saw it back from down the hill a bit, I thought, is that what it says? Nah, surely not. I'm sure it means something to somebody, just like all of this artwork. No entry. I thought the sign would be a bit more of a warning than that. Danger. Extreme possibility of death. If you climb on top of this water tower and fall off, for sure. That's bold, put in your actual name, or somebody's name. Jody. Samuel. I'm sorry I still haven't done it, folks, but I've been meaning to get Adventures of Quigley Woggles stickers. So I can just, every walk, make a thing about sticking them on things, and this would be a great place to find a place to stick a little sticker of Quigley's face on the wall. No paint budget. It's pretty much an unspoken rule in New Zealand here that if a water tower exists, the street artists will go and paint on it. If it were me, I'd bring a ladder and paint the top bit, just to make a statement of that. So we've done the full circle of it now, and mainly, I mean, I didn't really feel I need to do that, but I mainly want to show it all to you. Now we're getting blasted with cool breeze. Which way should we go, Quigs? When I looked at the map, I learned that there are two ways to go. One is just another exit to the location, and another dilly-dallies off up into the hills over here. I think that's the one. I think that's what we're going to do, because the other way's a bit boring. We'd end up doing a loop around through some neighbourhoods to get back to the vehicle. Once we emerged back down at Wainuiomata level, can't say sea level because I don't know. I sort of assume Wainuiomata is above sea level, but I really don't know. You're getting some muddy feet there, my dog. Me too, Quigley, me too. Well, anyway, I guess I've got to do those talking points, especially now that we're on sort of level terrain where it's not too arduous and I can breathe and talk without too much suffering. Every episode I say the same thing again and again and again, just trying to memify these slogans for the channel, these quality assurance guidelines, promises to you viewers that we just do the same thing over and over again. I walk the dog so you can vicariously enjoy the experience with us. Depending on my energy levels, I talk too much, or I just blabbermouth. I pretty much narrate our lives. I don't really talk about much, to be honest. I just go blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at this, a bird. Oh, look, some trees, and that kind of thing. So you need not fear me talking about dumb stuff. And by dumb stuff, I mean the number one rule on this YouTube channel is never mind the 6 o'clock news. Never mind the 6 o'clock news is exactly what it sounds like. I made it a rule ever since day one of making these recordings that I'm not allowed to talk about anything that's on the 6 o'clock news. And it's good because, at first it was a battle for me. Like, I sort of felt like talking to you all about all the crap that pisses me off. But then I realised that, no, this has to be a happy, healthy, mental health headspace for you all to enjoy. The internet's already full of enough of that stuff. If you want to go and do that, do it somewhere else. You can't get it here. This is about escaping from that crap. So, yeah, if you're a viewer that's come here because of that, that's awesome. I'm happy to have provided that for you. And the number 2 slogan is just a bit of a funny, jokey slogan. The number 2 slogan, pun intended, is show us the poop. It's like a reverse psychology protest slogan for you all out there, all you viewers out there. Because you're mad that you don't get to see the poop. I'm quite proud that we just start the recording and record the entire dog walk, and it's really unedited. But I do make an effort to exclude the pooping, and also whatever I, as Quigley's doggy daddy, my duties are to take care of that poop. So yeah, you don't have to worry about seeing that. I mean, you see the poop bags every now and again, but that's about it. Unfortunately, because of the number 2 rule, you don't get to go a single episode without listening to me talk about the poop. But it's as good as it gets. You don't get to see the poop. And it is actually quite funny because if only you could see my dog poop. It's quite funny when he poops. He strikes this funny pose. I dream of making a toy Quigley that looks like he's taking a poop. So that, you never get to see him poop on video, but you could buy the toy of Quigley pooping. That's sort of my dream come true. You'd have to make your own poop though, because I just want the dog figurine, the dog toy, with him in his poop position. No, you still don't get to see the poop. There will be no official poop toy to go with the Quigley pooping toy. Birdies. These are birdies. Yep, I dream of a day in the future, and I know it'll be awfully motivating to get more viewers and people on board for this crowdfunded broadcast that I dream of, for thousands of you to donate money to the channel to help us along in our life so we can achieve our dream of quitting our day jobs and hitting the road full time in our beautiful house bus, travel the country, take you viewers to like all sorts of amazing, marvelous places and spend more time doing it. That's my dream. And then merchandise, like I was just talking about, the Quigley poop toy. I can't wait to make that a reality. And you know, all the other merchandise kind of things that promote the channel and give you guys something to celebrate supporting the channel. Quigley Woggles t-shirts and mugs and all that kind of thing. Oh wow, what's down there, Quiggs? Ooh, I'm not sure if I'm game on that. We'll keep going this way for a bit. Well, I mean, I heard some screaming kids in the distance, and we're not that far away from civilization here. And there's a few beautiful bird sounds. Also in the distance, I can hear traffic. Yeah, my favourite thing is to get away from all those noises. It's for, you know. So at least we're here, enjoying nature, and those sounds are far away sounding. Hey, Quigs. No, I can hear an aeroplane even. Oh. It just goes on and on, Quigley. Always the same. Just the same thing forever. Tyre tracks. You know, this is basically a roadway so that linesmen can get access to the electricity lines that traverse these hills, and that's about it. Has the byproduct of being publicly accessible trails. Oh, Well, we've arrived at the 30th minute. And I know the time code doesn't say 30 minutes yet. But that makes it the 30th minute, because from 0 to 1, the first 60 seconds is the first minute, right? So from 29 to 30 is the 30th minute. And yeah, I figure since we're doing a there and back walk, now is about the time we should turn around and start heading back. What did we come here to see, Quigley? That part of town over there. Let's have a zoom. Alright, let's head back. Oh. Hey Quigs, we're going back now. Yeah, go back now. I feel like I should tell you viewers about the How You Been YouTube channel that we've got. Vicarious gantry truck operations. So I filled the content with a computer game Easter eggs, and I was mostly inspired by the fact that one of the tools that I'm now required to use for work is a crowbar. And in this particular computer game, it's a first person shooter kind of game, and the melee weapon, I think it's even the very first weapon you get in the first episode of the game. It's a crowbar, yeah. And actually the crowbar is one of the, like when you run out of ammo and you're down to just the crowbar is actually quite a good weapon in the game. There's actually times where playing the game where you just go full crowbar because it's very effective. It's actually very effective. You might think guns blazing is going to save me, but actually the crowbar will save you. It's quite an effective weapon, yeah. Anyway, I obviously just use it for work. And another thing I noticed about doing that job is all the sounds, the real life sounds of operating the gantry truck. That it sounds like sounds that you would hear in that computer game. There's like, in that game, you can ride in elevators and on trains, and you can drive vehicles and push buttons and open doors, and there's all these sounds, right, in the game. And then the gantry truck itself, especially when I'm listening back to the recordings, like the sound of it, it sounds like the kind of sounds you'd hear in that game. And so I just put two and two together. There's crowbar, there's the sounds of the truck, and there's the sounds of the skip bins banging around and the chains and it all just makes sense to me. So in the recordings, when I edit them for posting on the How You Been YouTube channel, I've been throwing in sound effects from the game to accentuate the game reference. And then it's absolutely icing on the cake, the Easter egg of the game, blatant Easter egg. I was struggling to think of titles for the content, so I just grabbed all the chapter titles from the game and made them the episode titles for all of the content. Yeah, that's what I've done. And so there's absolutely, the titles of each episode don't really have anything to do with what's going on in the episode. They're just interesting sounding titles that make people go, what's this? And that's the whole point of it. And, you know, my secret hope is that people who are fans of that old computer game, because I mean, I played this when I was 20, 21 or so. Like, it's an old computer game. And only people really my age are going to care about it very much. And I like that. I'm sort of hoping that people might come on and fanboy over the references. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter. Like, anyone can just watch it and not really have a clue what it is. Yeah, and so here I am explaining it in this episode of The Adventures of Quigley Woggles instead of on the channel itself. But that's the point. That's the point of it. It doesn't get explained in the channel, but here I get to actually talk about that. Like, it doesn't matter to you. And I'm not sure how many viewers are going to access both channels, to be honest. You might go and have a look at it just because I've been talking about it. But I mean, I'm not going to talk about it on every episode of these dog walks. But it's nice to actually finally express myself about that to the internet at large. I don't know how important it is to have said it out loud. I do try not to talk about things that are on the 6 o'clock news, of course, but there is something that's pretty interesting to me. It's very 6 o'clock newsy though. Did we walk up this? This is really steep. I can't believe we walked up here without me even really realising. It's pretty treacherous too. I better take my time. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I know it crosses a boundary with talking about the 6 o'clock news kind of stuff. Uh-oh. Whoa. I'm holding on to trees so as not to surf the earth too hard. No, don't run. Taiwa, good boy. I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Just going back to what I said before. When I say I'm not sure how important it was that I have talked about that, it's because I really don't know, because of AI. And I shudder to talk about it because it's on the 6 o'clock news every now and again. But it's also here on YouTube. YouTube has an AI built into it now, and it watches the content. And I'm not saying it watches the content, I'm saying thousands of artificially intelligent brains watch the content. They all watch it, and then they all have a meeting and decide and discuss amongst themselves what are their favourite parts about the content they just watched. And then they all cook up a summary and like a veritable encyclopedia of questions pertaining to the content. So, you know, you can basically interview an AI about what's within the content in the episode that you're watching. And, you know, I don't really dabble with that much myself personally. But it offers question suggestions, so you don't even have to think of the questions yourself. It comes up with a few questions you can just click on, and then it will refer to the content in order to answer the questions, contextual questions relevant to the content. But the easiest one to click on is summarize this episode, and YouTube's AI will have analysed everything that I've said. Or, let's generalise it more. everything that is said in the content that you're watching, and then describe to you what you're going to see in the episode. And I find that quite, it gets a little bit uncanny valley. I do get annoyed when it calls me the creator, so I've actually put in the description of every video since I started noticing that, please don't call me the creator. I mean, I definitely created this, I am the creator, but I don't want to be called that. Me, the creator? Nah. Yeah, so I don't always do, but I do check in on what the AI summary is saying, because sometimes it says dumb stuff, and then I have to figure out a way to get it to not say the dumb thing, and perhaps to make it say the right thing. You know, that's not what I said, Google. That's not what I said, YouTube. Hey. Now I have to wonder what the AI summary on this particular episode is going to say, because it's going to be summarizing me talking about itself. But I think it's important. It's one of the reasons why I haven't named the computer game that I have Easter egged into my other YouTube channel. Because I want to give it away, but I don't want to entirely give it away. I want to challenge AI to figure it out. And go, what's he talking about? AI is only as smart as it is so far, and then I contemplate a future where it will be smarter, more smart, and I sort of have this feeling like I don't know what the ramifications of that is going to be. I really don't know. So I feel like we could all be saying stuff now, in the now, and then it's going to dig up our pasts and come back to haunt us. So, I mean it, like, not necessarily use it against you, but just come back to haunt you. And that's okay, I guess, but it just means you've got to be careful what you say. And yeah, when I say I don't understand the ramifications, I'm saying it's but potentially going to make us go, wow, it can do that, and we don't know what that it can do will be. But I soothe myself by speaking the truth and sharing with you all. Just the beauty of my reality and understanding of it all, and hoping that it's going to work out in our favour. The main thing I want all of you to know, including you, Google AI, is that we are really kind, beautiful people who, I don't know, but like we're not perfect. We're a little bit afraid and fearful in this world full of war and hostilities, and I guess we may be a little bit recluse, but we do put ourselves out there, and we are participating in some pretty cool stuff in the community, things that we care about, like just charitable causes, looking after, providing opportunities for people that are less fortunate. Those are sort of the things that we're working on in the background. Alright, so I just looked down and the camera was off. I'm not sure when it stopped. And I was just blathering and rambling and walking and talking too much probably, and thank you for listening. And then do you know what? It's not even really very important. But yeah, I feel like there's no conclusion to what I was saying now, because it cut me off and it didn't hear the end. But that doesn't really matter. I'm just walking and talking about nothing really. I do believe the watch is completely dead. It's gone to sleep now. So I had to manually reboot recording with the phone. And I have to wonder if it stopped recording because the watch ran out of battery. Because there's really no real reason for it to have shut off the recording. What's Quigley getting all excited about? What is it, Quigley? What is it? I can't see what he sees. He might have seen an animal or something, a bunny maybe. Taihua. No. Right, just in case you spy that little poop bag over there, I'm just going to lay no claim to that. That's not ours. Don't you go thinking that we left that there. We're not naughty with our poop bags. I think somebody left their poop bag there. I wonder why Quigley's going mental. He's just absolutely concerned with something that's going on around here. If I let go of the leash, I just know he'd be running off trying to find the thing that he's all interested in. Oh, pee waka waka. I know you can't see it, so I'm not pointing the camera up there. But I just have to stop and film the birdie. Yeah. Little pee waka waka birdie. Just a blessing. This way. We're not going up there. Yeah, me and my friend, we went for a walk in a beautiful location called Vinegar Hill, not long ago actually. What date was that? July the 6th? Don't ask me why I remember the exact date, I just do because of the dates that we were celebrating at the time. My friend is American. It was a couple of days after Independence Day, blah, blah, blah. Independence Day, which she didn't really take very seriously, being an American. She's like, oh, I'm glad I'm here, where it's not a big thing. Hey, crack up. Anyway, yeah, we went for a walk because we were on a road trip and we needed to get out and stretch our legs. So we stopped at Vinegar Hill and we just traipsed about the place, looking at all the nature and the cliff faces there. The cliff faces are epic if you ever do get to go and look at that. then the pewaka waka, the bird called the pewaka waka, little birdie with the fantail, was following us for at least 20 minutes. Wherever we went, like we were just walking in the same direction, and it was just following. They just want to leave us alone. And it followed us for at least 1,000 meters, 2,000 meters, however long it was that we walked, like the entire length of the walk we were doing. That bird just wouldn't leave our sides. It just kept on hanging out with us. Oh, I see a couple of kids down the bottom of the hill hanging out in the vicinity of mine and Quigley's work truck. And because I kind of liking the fact that this recording has like practically zero human presence. We didn't bump into anyone. We had the whole place to ourselves. And I'm not into filming people's kids. I think I might just call it quits on the recording now before we end up having a full-on encounter with those two kids down there. Yeah. We'll call it a day on yet another Adventures of Quigley Woggle's Do Not Disturb Dog Walk. I hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe you haven't had enough dog walking for today. We have, but maybe not you, which is great, because if you haven't had enough, there's plenty more. If you've made it all the way to the end of this episode, you might be still in the mood to watch another walk at another location. And you so easily can just click on our channel. Maybe even a suggestion will come up at the end for you to click on, watch another episode. Load up the playlist of all the Do Not Disturb dog walks, or maybe watch a specialised playlist. We've got one called Encounters, which is little short excerpts of our friendly encounters, the beautiful people in the community as we walk around this country. And we've got the Bicycle Run playlist, which is pretty cool, I have to say. We got us a bicycle after a few hundred episodes to diversify the content. And just recently, for the first time, I did a recording with an action camera attached to the bicycle. And one day we'll achieve the dream of 360-degree camera to go with that. Maybe even a flying camera. So keep watching. Hopefully, you're far enough in the future where we have achieved those already. I can't say right now personally that we have, but those are our dreams. You can help us get there by supporting us. Jump in the description, find our crowdfunding platforms. You can send us some money, please. Say thank you for the content that we've made. Thank you very much. Here comes a kid. I'm going to shut down the recording before he gets here. Yes, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.